Winners round. Actually, technically, this is round 2. And we're starting out. Sorry, I'm just updating this. Again, I was not ready. They just started. Please don't do that ever again. Strike 1. But we got Chet versus Makashi here. Let me get the music a little louder too. Again, was not ready. I probably would have put the music on if I thought about it. We'll find out in a minute. Alright. Nosita is here. Goop is not Allocate. Allocate is Allocate Syndicate. Not all matches will be on Stream Shaft. As things move later on, they will be, but for the moment they are not. So if your match does not say it's on stream, then it is not on stream. This is the first match on stream. So for right now, just everyone play your first match. Just get that started. For right now, Makashi going Cloud, which is interesting because Makashi is historically an Ike main, has been working on a Shulk and a little bit of a Roy based on our matches the past week and a half playing on stream, which by the way, all subs are welcome to join our King of the Hill every Tuesday. Allocate, get in there, buddy. Just check in. You're not late yet. So just check into your match. You're good to go. Chet working on catching up here. Now, this is an interesting matchup as a Samus main. I can speak to this. XC, that is Goop Troop. You guys can sort that out. Getting up, he kill. All right, so Chet working his way back up. A little bit of schmoobin on the ledge there. This matchup, I would say, can be in Samus's favor. It really depends almost more on the playstyle. Cloud does have a projectile that can interrupt a lot of what Samus is doing. It makes it hard to connect. Or hard for Samus to get things going. Oh, Makashi going for that. Goop Troop, you'll need to... looks like Price has the code. Price, if you can just guide Goop Troop into that. Yeah, that's where, guys, it's a lot easier for everyone if you keep the names consistent between Twitch and Smash GG, so everyone knows who's who. That way we don't have to be wondering who's where and what. Ooh, okay. Chet going for a really weird option. Going for an insanely hard read. Maybe too hard. But Chet working on this comeback here. Makashi really just needs one up air or you know, one strong hit. That probably would have done it as well. From Makashi's standpoint, at this point, you're going to want to take it slow, find that opening. Samus isn't the slowest, but is certainly not the fastest, and definitely has end lag on certain moves. And as long as you're not going too intense here, you can definitely find that opening. Chet almost getting the kill with the dash attack. Getting the kill with the Nair. Great edgeguard. Cloud is a simpler character to edgeguard for sure. That's obviously his weakness. My brain wanted to footstool that. Now Chet just working on maintaining this lead. Makashi just needs almost really any stray hit will do. But it's just getting pummeled over and over. Chet kind of knowing to stay a bit far back. Get Makashi to come to him. Chet finally going down from the limit cross slash. Makashi's going to have to play some catch up. At this point, from Makashi's standpoint... Oh, this is a great song for this. From Makashi's standpoint, you need to take it slow, take it easy. The down tilt won't kill just yet. We're right on the edge of limit. Damage is coming through. Dash attack. And full rage Cloud. There's certainly some potential there, but oh no, Makashi goes too deep. Simply just goes too deep. Chat taking game 1. Chet up a nice game and returning to Pokemon Stadium. Interesting choice here. I think this is a decent choice. I mean, it's something that's fairly not too polarizing for either character. No one has any crazy strengths or weaknesses on the stage. Everyone is pretty comfortable. But Wolf is going to have the advantage of just a simple stage, and really Wolf is, in a lot of ways, a simpler character that just simply does well. Spicy Hot, if you got to check the Smash GG page, and there's a chat there that you can communicate to your teammates. Pomp, just keep in mind this is some people's first tournament. They don't know everything. I appreciate that you guys are asking. And again, a lot of people, especially in the early rounds, you'll be playing off stream. It's interesting to commentate and TO at the same time. Chat getting the first kill, but has a lot of damage. One back air, one smash attack would certainly even this game out. Ooh, just missing that. That up smash was a decent choice to cover both the low option and the high, but the timing was just not quite there. Okay, Shaft. I would say, in that case, delay checking in as much as you can if you haven't already. Otherwise, play fast. Play your heart out. So now we got to serve an even game here. Akashi's doing a good job to even things out. Pomp, it's just going to take some time. You got to understand that, again, imagine doing something for the first time and how confusing that can be. So just wait it out. It'll be all right. Both these characters are essentially at kill percent right now because they can both hit pretty hard. No worries, Shaft. No worries. We got some capable players. This is their first online tournament, so they don't know. The down smash, great catch from Akashi. The great knockback angle that will definitely kill a Samus at that percent. Chet now in the catch-up game. Up B might kill. It does not quite yet. Wolf is not super heavy, but heavy enough. And now we got ourselves an even game. Chet going with that trade. It's a good trade to get in this matchup. You know, if you tank a blaster hit, but send a charge shot their way, that's a positive trade for you. So that's one really helpful thing to look for in this type of matchup. Good patience holding shield and really not even just patience, but matchup knowledge and understanding what to go for next. Excellent B reverse. Makashi struggling here. Makashi on the last bits of fur on his neck. Trying to land, able to get down. He's gonna have to play this a little safer, but oh, gets nailed by the charge shot. And that is a 2-0 from Chet. Well played, sir. Well played. Well played indeed. Bug and light. And you will be playing Price. Sorry about that. Oh, all right, I'm learning some of the holes I have here. All right. Let me just get this match reported. So Price and Zelda, you guys can start your match. And we're good to go otherwise. Okay. Ready to commentate, baby. Gig out with a good start here. Kirby definitely has some stuff in this game, but generally doesn't have a lot of great options. Kirby's best features are speed and generally being a small character. Smaller you are, the harder you are to hit. And just like real life, but in Smash, it's even further amplified. It is difficult to connect some hits sometimes. Ender, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Okay, Wheel doing a pretty good job evening this out. Has the Falcon Punch ready to go. Chet, I'm thinking the same thing. We all want to see it, but Gig taking the first stock. But anything could happen. Oh, it hits on ledge! Migsy, it hits on the ledge! Gig nor myself were ready for that. We got the Falcon Punch back on deck. The Kirby Punch. That's something to download for everybody. If you didn't know that, now you do. That hits on ledge. Unless Gig was just starting to get up, and we didn't totally see the hurtbox shift, which I doubt. I think Gig probably stayed on ledge, so... Now we know. Oh, man. Wheel is going for him, huh? Okay, getting the multi-jab. Side B into actually whiffing the up air. Would have been a combo otherwise. Gig looking to get into edge guard. Wheel not quite able to edge guard Gig. Right back. Down smash. Going for, I don't know what Wheel is attempting to do, but it's accidentally doing a reverse Falcon Punch in the opposite direction. Maybe going for some type of insane read. But speaking of read, might have actually not been a read. That was a combo. Falcon with the knee of justice coming through. And taking Wheel's second stock with that dash attack. Now it is one stock apiece. Wow. Kirby getting that trip. Ooh, okay. Gig holding down on the recovery to grab Kirby on the edge. Gig being smart, playing it safe, holding shield. Returning back to center stage, getting good positioning. Stomp to looking for the nair, but there was not quite enough knockback. Gig looking to try to get something here, looking for that knee. A little too much knockback. Gig looks like he's used to fighting some heavier characters with that that knee spacing. Wheel finally getting some damage in here. Wow! Sucked out of that down air. Kirby being very light here. Wheel's looking for the next big thing, but Falcon Kick. Great DI from Wheel, just barely surviving. Oh my god, huge risk, but landing with the jab. Oh, imagine that one was reversed. That would have connected. I don't know if that would have killed, but we do have Kirby with a lot of rage. Oh my god, up smash. Oh, looks like they swapped places. Back to FD, interesting. Back to FD, and hell yeah, Wumi, you know I got it. You know I got it. Sick, are you checked in? Are you checked into the bracket? It doesn't look like you're checked in. The first thing you gotta do is check in. As soon as you check in, or maybe that's... Oh, geez, that never got set up. Man, there's so much more manual stuff than I realized. Smash G is not as smart as you think. Sorry, I'm missing a little bit of this first game here. Just getting things updated. Start time. Okay, Sick Napac, you should be able to check in now. Please check that. What's up, idiot boy? Feels interesting to call you that. Welcome to the stream. Let's get some Dohays. Welcome him in. Gig off to a great, first minute and a half here, actually. Looks like Gig figured out some of the momentum needed for Kirby. some of the strats. The thing is with Kirby, even if you think you understand, okay, it's Kirby. Oh no, the buffered Falcon kick. It's gonna happen sometimes. You gotta shrug it off, keep moving. But fortunately, Gig anyways, fortunately for Gig, he is in a pretty good position, being a stock ahead. But Wheel is doing some stuff here right now, coming out with the down B. I'm tempted to call it disrespect even. You know, frankly, it is a very real option, but it just, everyone knows the Kirby down B is like the day one move. Wow, down here right into jab. Oh, right onto shield. I didn't know how much shield damage that would do. That's a scary thing to get hit by. Gig releasing shield a little too early, or potentially got poked. Uh-oh. Wow, actually going for jab. I'm surprised Gig kind of had the confidence to do that versus doing a grab out of that 100-pound weight. Oh, no. Wheel going for a mega read. Let's get into the action here. Let's go, Lily from AT&T. Don't know what that means. No clue, really, but congrats. So this, for those who don't know, there is some history here. This is not simply a Samus versus a K. Rool. This, my friends, is a match that has happened many moons. Many of the moons this match has happened over on Marson's channel in the Marson's member tournaments. Which, by the way, his next tournament is coming up this Friday. For anyone interested in if you're having a good time watching this, you should probably check out Marson's channel. And especially if we got some Sandbar fangirls in the chat right now. We're not going to say any names here, but I think we know who. I think we know who's here. Hey, Lub, and who? What's up? Good to have you here. Welcome. Right now, we got Chet and Sandbar. I'm sure Lub can confirm here. This is a matchup that has occurred throughout history, throughout time and space. Two very strong players. Wow. Chet actually might not have been able to recover had the knockback from the crown not hit him towards the stage. Do we call that luck or do we call it destiny? You tell me. Crown throw nearly killing at these percents. Chet trying to spot dodge that cannonball, but it comes out at such a deceptive rate of distance over time, also known as speed. Rather, that is velocity, but you guys know me. Always joking around between speed and velocity. Nothing else I do better. Wow. The partially charged charge beam connected into K. Rool's buttocks. K. Rool being big. We talked about Kirby being a small character, that being a benefit. Here we're seeing the inverse of that. We're seeing it being a big character being a detriment. It's a very real thing. Armor taking the first few hits of that forward air, but sure enough, that last hit from Chet is able to come through. Sandbar looking for a down air setup. And Chet is behind here. Sandbar is comfortable. Sandbar is cozy right now. Chet's got quite a bit of work to do to actually bring this back. And you'd think this matchup, right? This is kind of one of those matchups. One of those matchups where, yeah, I would say it's nice tech, and making the recovery. Still has to recover from that, not quite able to. Sandbar with a roughly half stock, 2/3 stock lead or so. Chet's going to have to really play the patience game here. There's simply no other way to come back. Play the patience game and then burst options. This matchup, you guys know I play Marson. You guys know. I am all too familiar with these moments. Nice dare to up smash, getting an excellent amount of percent there. But this is a tough matchup. I will say, though, Chet is, from what I've seen, is certainly capable of bringing things back. Sandbar playing excellently, but only one of these characters has a charge shot. And at this very moment, only Sandbar is the only one that can do it. Sandbar playing things patiently, hanging out the ledge, waiting for Samus to move up. Chet certainly has Sandbar a kill percent here, but there's still the finishing blow that needs to happen. Oh no! So that's where I've given Chet this feedback before. I've given this feedback. I think he'll be all right, but Rob, let me just hop in the bracket here. All right, so it looks like Chet has chosen to go to Kalos, a stage that I would agree with as a Samus main. I think this is a great stage for Samus to be a stage that you can get the space that you need to get your charge shots in to maximize damage from projectiles. That being said, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because K. Rool also benefits from the same thing. So you really have to be playing that projectile charge shot game if you're going to be on the stage and compete against a character like K. Rool. One thing that's also helpful for the stage for Samus, but also again for K. Rool, double-edged sword, is you're going to see a lot of different gameplay at the ledge, because one thing that happens oftentimes is when characters recover, now we have a flat side of the stage. We have that 90-degree vertical there. Oh, chat, you are playing with fire. That is, you do not want to stay on ledge longer than you need to against K. Rool, and that was incredible thinking that, or to realize, nice tech from Chet, that killed from the opposite end of the stage. That would have killed at like 50% less if it was on, the knockback went right instead of left. So really, don't fuck around against K. Rool is kind of the lesson here, and that's part of that lesson. Chet going for a down air, interesting. Wondering if he wasn't sure about the spacing of it, but a back air probably would have killed K. Rool at this point. Sandbar back at it again, indeed. Up one game against Chet, but last game was fairly close. If we can see Chet adapt a little bit more. Oh, landing with the forward air and trying to connect with the down smash. Not the worst idea, but I think a simple F smash, as we saw there, is always a good play. Or falling from that platform and doing a nair instead probably would have led to the kill. Chet's got some extra work to do again. Down, not out, but indeed down. Sandbar is sitting pretty, looking at a potential 2-0. Should Chet not be able to adapt? Nice counter. Sandbar getting the read on the up tilt. Wow, getting the forward air connect from behind K. Rool. I've seen some interesting things in my day. I can't say I've seen that one. This is exciting. Chet looking for an opportunity to get some damage. Sandbar connecting with the forward air. Two huge feet connecting the Chet's lovely plushy skull for that stock. Chet's got quite a bit to catch up here. Sandbar, you can see the control that Sandbar has. You can almost taste it. Sandbar is simply just waiting for the next thing, getting projectiles out, getting some pressure out there, but in general, waiting for Chet to throw an option and miss. Chet finally getting an option of his own, getting that crown, one of the most dangerous things for K. Rool. K. Rool cannot continue to do one of his best options, and is also giving Chet one of the, ironically, one of the best items probably in the game. Let's see how Chet handles this edge guard, throwing the crown downwards, keeping K. Rool off a little bit longer. Chet getting a little too button mashy. And I don't mean that totally in a negative way, but simply more so that Chet is really looking. He's just, whatever the potential first opportunity for Chet to get the kill is what Chet is looking for. And sometimes that can connect, but other times it's not gonna. Chet is just not able to handle the pressure that Sandbar is bringing right now. 210%. Up throw will absolutely kill this. Chet, nice awareness to get the grab. Again, down, not out, but very much down. This edge guard could be it. Nice damage with the charge shot from the ledge. It's a tough thing for anyone to expect. Chet getting that forward air. We'll see how he follows up. Not able to get the follow-up with the crown coming through. Sandbar, again, you can see that patience. Sandbar simply faced Chet and turned around and waited for an option. That is the patience that Sandbar has. Even at this last stock, getting a little bit closer to Sandbar, not guaranteeing the win here, but Chet still being a little over-aggressive. And this is actually the winner's semifinals. Believe it or not. Sorry, I'm just updating that. Got to get used to the flow of this. There's a lot to do. And so winner's semifinals, I believe, are best of 5. Yes, this is now a best of 5. Dover Stowe. That's how I grew up. Has anything bizarre happened? We've had some people that were excited about playing not show up. That was a little bizarre. Otherwise, just some really solid matches back and forth. Wow, very quick game. I looked away just to set winner semifinals on screen, and we already have a stock taken and underdog nearly at nearly a stock down too at a kill percent essentially. Gig really likes those down smashes. They are certainly strong, but oh, that I think that's a kill. Unless, yep, that's a kill. That's a kill. Gig evening things out. This is an interesting matchup. I would say that it looks like, kind of breaking this down live on stream right now, Falcon has a bit bigger range and some very strong hits, but at the same time, Doc is probably a bit better frame data on average for some of his moves. And also, obviously, some very strong hits. The up B, the F smash, down air are very strong. Doc has some potential to absolutely demolish characters. But that weak recovery is what generally puts Doc at lower on the tier list. Gig is just really going for those down smashes, but getting that Falcon kick, connecting, and just, I would probably say just roughly at kill percent. Gig with a hair of the lead here. Nothing too crazy, but playing that patient game that certainly beats me. Being very aware of the strength of that up B. Wow, those up smashes are just missing, but certainly didn't miss there. Gig up by about 40%. It's going to look to maintain this lead. Got to be careful of that cape too, especially as Falcon looking to do your up Bs on ledge to grab and recover, but that cape will that cape is one very potent edge guard if you're not looking out for it. Gig looking for the knee. Doc getting that windmill going. Nice tech from Gig. That would have been game. Falcon kick, looking for it. Gig is actually down now, has lost his lead. Trying to bring the percent back up on underdog. Gig going for the up B. Wow. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Underdog certainly didn't anyway. I certainly didn't. Getting an up B again. Okay. Percents are roughly even now. It's anyone's game. Those pills, though, are going to harass. And Gig taking game 1. Excellent first game. Getting started on game number 2 of this winner's semifinal set. Price thinking underdog has the comeback. We'll see. It certainly was a close game. I wouldn't count anyone out just yet. And back to the same stage. I think that's fair. No stage for either of these characters is going to lead to any particular advantage. Anything extreme anyway. So keep it simple. Run it back to the same stage. Gig a little bit down here. Going for the up smash punish out of the Falcon kick that would have worked if that Falcon Kick was spaced a little bit differently, but it would pass the shield just a little bit more. Wow. Okay, Gig's got to watch out for that. That was close. Underdog getting connected from the up B, looking to recover. Goes high, makes it back on, and very intelligently goes for the ledge after the up B, getting those iframes. Oh, Gig going for a, not quite a read, but a potential punish that can certainly work sometimes. Kind of whipping out that up B, but speaking of whipping things out, Falcon Kick coming through, taking the first stock off of Underdog. Gig looking to keep the lead. Goes for get up attack, but Underdog going high and punishing the get up attack. Basically an even game now. Gig getting some damage in, but otherwise, you know, both of these characters have a very strong combo game at lower percents. And so this, as we're seeing now, so this is essentially an even game still. Gig doing Falcon things. Speaking of whipping things out. Can we get a dope pride in chat for that one? Pretty Cool Crocodile. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Let's get some Dohays in there for Pretty Cool Croc. And Aegis, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Underdog looking to get this edge guard. Essentially does. Great forward air coming out, punishing Gig's get up attack, which is at least the second time he's done that. Potentially, what's happening is the Underdog is reading that as a ledge recovery option from Gig, knowing to expect the get up or the regular get up. Gig in a tight spot, manages to get back on the stage. Looking for another Falcon Kick, covering the base of the stage, but Underdog maybe knowing to stay out of that range. Wow. I think that was a down tilt clanking with an up smash. Guess they're just within the percent range for that. This is a bizarre matchup in Doeboy's Bizarre Tournament. I will say that. Not something you see too often. Wow. All right. All right, going into game 3. We're switching up the stage on Smashville this time. Bit of a smaller stage. Could really benefit either character. Both of these characters are very potent when it comes to their kill options. Armor on the side B. Yep, there we go, Bonaldo. I'll buy you a Switch with my big streamer money. Nice parry from Gig. Very aware of those pills now, going, okay, I took a lot of pill damage last game. This time I'm going to be ready for it. Gig looking to get this edge guard. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Falcon Kick, slanging it out here. Gig with a nice lead. Now, to be fair, Doc kills real freaking early sometimes. And you definitely have to be careful. But Gig does officially have a lead and just loses it on the forward air. I gave Doc credit earlier for having some strong kill options between F smash, up B, and down air, to name a few, but we've been seeing a lot of these up smashes, nothing quite getting the kill yet, but we certainly saw a new kill option there in the form of the forward air. Very strong forward air, similar to Ganondorf's. Just a big old beefy move. Back to an even game. Doc looking to get back on stage. Get connecting that huge up B. Huge energy on that up B. The pills coming out, making it a little bit harder for Gig to recover. Up smash connecting, but hitting in the opposite direction. Wow! And we're getting the down B. The whirly Grig, as the the Fall Guys players say. Gig definitely got sent for a whirly, that's for sure. Gig trying to go for another big up B, but not connecting it this time. And missing the tech, missing a punish opportunity. That could potentially cost Gig the game. Great tech. That was technically techable, but that was something that's hard to tech. A situation that a lot of players are not tech. Gig reversing the up B at the last second to face the correct direction, the proper direction. Doc just looking to clean this out. Full rage. And takes it. On to Town and City this time. Okay. So Gig having something a little different in mind. A bigger stage with some higher platforms. We'll see if that is able to benefit Gig. Again, something that could potentially benefit Doc. Gig staying a little bit careful on the edge guard there. Opting not to go off stage. Doc's certainly having some strong options off stage. But at the same time, you know, double-edged sword character design is also very susceptible to gimps with a very generally weak recovery. Percent kind of going back and forth, but under Doc with the lead. Gig holding shield there, but wow. Up B coming out. Gig probably opting for the grab in that situation. But up B, I don't know. Does anyone know what frame up B hitbox actually comes out? It's a very fast move. Regardless, Gig, good awareness going for the back air instead of just trying to do the old classic stomp to knee. You guys can do add quote. You guys can do a new quote if you would like to. Oh, I actually missed it. I looked away, and next thing I know, Underdock is down a stock. Not down a stock, but lost a stock, rather. Wow, that's how you know you got a fast move when you trade out of a down throw with Falcon. I believe it was the Nair that came out. I want to say Nair might be frame 3. Oof! Alright, Underdock getting that down smash right on the ledge. I believe it's exclamation point quote space add space and then, you know, from there. Crocodile, thank you for the follow. During in-game, we have notifications off just to prioritize the gameplay and these players who are playing their hearts out. I wouldn't want to take anything away from them. Woof. Woof.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so Sandbar back in it against potentially the best Samus main to come through in the Do chat, in the Do world. Chat should be present, yes. But Sandbar is certainly familiar with this matchup between Chet and myself, at least. This is a matchup that Sandbar knows too damn well. Wow. Sandbar getting that first stock with a dash attack into the cannonball. That cannonball knockback is very strong when you don't expect it to be. I have a feeling we're going to see that new and improved from the newest patch, the new and improved armor on the crown throw is going to come in handy here with moments like that. That Zair, not quite enough to interrupt, and Sandbar taking a positive trade. That up B is not going to kill big boy Croc just yet. Sandbar with excellent patience, nearly baiting out the use of that charge shot. Nair's going to take it though. Great edge guard from Price. Sandbar looking to take the stock down. Price playing things patiently, getting a nice little up air ladder. The double trouble. As Marcin calls it, the vortex of pain a little bit. Got a taste of it. Not the whole vortex, but certainly a taste. K-Rool very much capable of just whipping out projectile damage and kind of getting caught in, again, as Marcin calls it, the vortex. Ooh, unshielding just a little bit too early. Price getting that first stock. Anything can certainly happen here. K. Rool's a very strong character. Very strong knockback on a lot of different moves. Look at that. Crown to forward air. Price trying to get the upbeat, but the nair coming out just in time. Oh my goodness, just missing the F tilt. Price desperately trying to hang on to this lead, but Sandbar is just chasing this man down. Price getting a full rage back air and killing K. Rool at 80 whatever the heck percent. It looks like, just really quickly noting in losers bracket, you guys still need to report the score. It is not final. I don't know why that hasn't happened, but that needs to happen, so please, please do so. We're waiting, the bracket cannot continue. There we go, we got it in. Thank you. Pomp, you are now ready to play. Alrighty. So, Sandbar once again starting out the game with a lead. We don't know if that'll continue. Nice parry. A double parry? You gotta be frickin' kidding me. That is some hot... We were talking... What did I say? What did I say? We talked about hot, juicy action coming in. And Sandbar bringing us the juice. Forget the juice box, guys. This is where the juice is. Price looking to get that up smash. But Sandbar's skull literally too big. Up air connecting. Taking the first stock. Sandbar now hanging on. Trying to get any percent lead he can. Getting a little bit with that nair into down throw. Into a dash attack. Off stage getting that crown throw. Excellent toss. If I don't say so. BigSandbarGaming.com/downward momentum against my opponents. Full rage back air spike. The gloves are coming off for this one. Price trying to get this last stock, or this first stock, trying to get this last hit. Finally gets it with the back air, but there's a huge deficit to cover here. Sandbar is just absolutely on top of this game. And that's no discredit to Price. This is just truly a beast. Truly a big king of the Crocs here. Sandbar is so aggressive right now, but in such a good way. It's not over aggressive. It's not unintelligently aggressive. It is just brutal pressure. It is really like Price is getting attacked by a real crocodile. The reflect coming out on the belly armor. Reflect, whatever the hell that move's that called. Someone tell me, remind me. There we go, Pomp. Very nice. So we are back on Pokemon Stadium here. We'll see how Price adapts. As the commentator here, I'm going to really focus a little bit more on what Price is doing, because Sandbar clearly is comfortable. Sandbar is clearly... I mean, look at this. Look at these combos. Sandbar knows his stuff. Price dying at 119%. Not quite as comfortable with the matchup. Again, Sandbar knowing the Samus matchup very well, and Price maybe not knowing it nearly as well, at the very least. And that this comfort in the matchup is showing with Sandbar. Look at this damage. Nearly unfathomable here. Trying to go for the grab off that nair. Price looking a little desperate. And I know that because I've been there, trying to get those up Bs, trying to catch approaches with a frame 3 move. But it's tough. This is a tough thing to work with. Price is going to have to take it slow, but it's you know, at the same time, how slow can you take it when you got a character that you unload your charge shot into, but K. Rool just claps it out of the air with his armor. getting the bomb to up smash set up. Very nice. Price starting to bring this back. Still down 104%, but Samus is also a very potent character. Generally is a little bit more of a slow to kill type character, playing the long game, but certainly can kill early. Wow, look at this damage. Hot, juicy damage. Press 1 if you're into damage, especially the hotter, juicier variety. Price looking for the bomb to down air, which I call the Doeboy special. I believe I founded that myself. I don't know if other people figured it out too, but I figured that out on my own. I'm very proud of it. So yeah, there you go. Sandbar sneaking his way back on stage, often with the roll. A well-timed roll, I should say. Simply doing a roll back on stage against Price is not enough. You really have to get your timing coming back on the ledge. Because of all the bombs, because of the traps on the ledge that Samus in general, but especially Price, is excellent at executing on. Great shielding from Sandbar, knowing the setup was coming with the 0 to charge shot. Look at these moves. Oh my god! Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh no. Oh no. Finaldo is right on the money here. We're looking for it. AQ is not here to execute the commands, but
Nut.
nut indeed. Nut indeed. Is it? I think it's crocophilia. That's what it is. Crocophilia. I am a crocophiliac after that game. With a K, yes. Well said. With a K. Crocophilia. Oh my god. Okay. But we're on game 4 here. Sandbar up a game. But look at this. Sandbar is down. Sandbar is down by about 50%. Of course, either of these players are really at kill percent with characters as strong as they are, but Price looking like, okay. Here's a sample. A theoretical sample of what's going on in Price's head right now. I'm down a game, and if I don't win this one, I lose. I have to adapt. Do I think it's a stage? No. We're going to go back to Pokemon Stadium. I feel confident in my stage choice. But I need to play a little differently. Sandbar has me figured out. Wow. We just saw a tech into a footstool. I believe that was merely accidental, but it did happen. I don't know if I've ever seen that before either. Sandbar is taking a little more damage here, and if I'm breaking this down right now, we're seeing that Price is going for some smaller hits. Rather than being in favor of big charge shot setups. Speaking of big things, big toes poke through the stage. But truly, what we're seeing here, I believe, in terms of Price's return of momentum, is Price going, okay, I'm just going to do smaller projectiles. I'm just going to go for things that maybe aren't as rewarding as they could be, but are safer choices. Are safer things that are less likely to get me punished if they don't quite work out. Price looking to make it back here. Wow. Bit of a ballsy get-up attack there. That could have worked out really poorly for Price, but fortunately the timing worked out. Sandbar going for that sliding forward tilt. We talked about that earlier on Monday this week. Those pivot tilts, getting a little extra distance. But good awareness from Price to dodge an incoming attack. Pretty even game now. This is insane. Sandbar looking... Oh, that's potentially a kill. Oh, no, not quite. Okay, I don't know how up throw would have handled there with a lot of rage from Samus, but it might not have been enough. The almost fully charged shot will not quite be there. DQL is a great streamer. Shout out to Will. Sandbar... Oh, Sandbar not getting punished. It seems like Price was playing it maybe extra safe, I think is what we're seeing now. Sandbar is still doing his thing, but Price is playing extra safe, extra slow. And now Price has an official lead, taking in some definite damage there on the almost full charge shot, as well as these forward airs coming out. Into the missile, trying to get that down air connect. Sandbar getting the nair. Trying to get this edge guard, I'm sure. Not quite getting the 2-frame on the down air. A lot of pressure coming out. Wow. Wow. Just simply wow. Knowing that's some character strength, character awareness. Knowing that the crown would lead into that up air. The up air by itself is like, why are you doing that up air? But when you break it down, the crown knockback perfectly led Price into the path of the big, strong Croc Skull coming out. And now, while Sandbar is down, I would say the momentum, which is a very real thing, is slightly in Sandbar's favor. Maybe Price evening that out here. Looking to get an edge guard. Just missing that charge shot. Back air, but not getting the sweet spot this time. How will Sandbar handle this? Rolling into the up smash.
3, 2, 1.
And I'm going to need a lot of milk after this set. Bringing it to Kalos. So, interesting Sandbar opted for this stage. As we saw earlier, generally a stage that a Samus player would choose. A little bit, arguably a little bit more, at least in my own opinion and experience, a little bit more in favor of the Samus player, which is potentially a hint of what we're seeing right now. Having that bigger distance is generally more time for Samus to react to K. Rool's options, as well as extra space to get that charge on the charge shot. Not be rushed down quite as much. Ooh, okay, that won't take it. No, it will. It will. Price out of the jump and did intelligently go for the wall jump to get that a little bit of extra vertical recovery, but still out of a jump, knowing the up B will not quite return him to stage. Waiting it out. These not fully charged charge shots are going to be hard to kill. K. Rool is simply just too thick. Rolling into that up smash again, something K. Rool's in general, but Sandbar right now is going to need to be very careful about. Excellent combo wing coming out of Sandbar. And basically taking the stock from 0 to 70. Price does have a pretty stale charge shot, as we're starting to see. But regardless, it is still one of the best damage tools that Samus has right now. Up tilts. Oh, actually going for the up smash. Not quite enough to kill, but close. That was close. Forwarder coming out, Price waiting a little bit, maintaining some patience, trying to get an edge guard here. Going for the jab 1, jab 2. At that percent, I believe it is true. Back at a nair. Price looking to get the edge guard. That nair would have killed, but Sandbar throwing out the nair and getting that belly armor. Guys, once again, we really have an even game here. Price getting the crown and opting to throw it up just simply to basically get it out of the way. Ooh, wow. That throw might have been able to be a kill throw. The bomb now, oh my goodness. First, the crown fell and interrupted the kill throw. Then the bomb interrupted the kill throw. Price's own bomb interrupted the kill throw. Finally, getting that up throw out. Sandbar getting a reverse nair, trying to take care of Price on this last stock. That might do it. Don't think Price has a jump here. It does have a wall jump, but that's just not going to be enough. Very close game. Price with the lead, but nothing too extreme. Sandbar with the lead. Certainly ready to reflect these projectiles. Both players are on their last stock of this set. You gotta be hyper aware of everything going on at this point. Price saying, get the hell off my Kalos. Sandbar knowing not to roll that time. looking for a spike on that edge guard. Sandbar playing it safe, taking it slow, throwing these crowns. Price kind of doing the same thing, trying to get a charge going. Hitting the toenail of the croc. Sometimes having big toes is not always a good thing. Wow, getting kind of a weak spot of that back air. Reverse nair, or fading back nair, connecting. Price is on death percent. Not quite dying at 160 off the weak hit of dash attack. Price looking for anything here. Oh my god! No way! I think that poked. And this is actually losers round 4. So almost all the way to losers quarters rounds. Just so you know, Neve, gonna try to keep sound commands to a minimum in game here too. Again, I want to really emphasize the play for both of these guys. Zikatik flexing the custom sound command for being a tier 2 or a tier 3 sub there. So game 1. Now, my history with Shaft is I met Shaft in college, and AQ, we were looking for you earlier. We had some excellent games going on, and people were looking to do your sound command. Does the coach have the handlebar mustache? At 500 subs, I'm doing the handlebar mustache. I'm doing Hulk Dogan will make a return. And speaking of Hulk Dogan, there's the nut. Speaking of Hulk Dogan, Shaft got to experience it in person for the first time. Shaft being a smasher that I went to college with, as traditionally a Jigglypuff main, and later into a Yoshi and a Bowser. But we have a Greninja here, and I haven't played Shaft's Greninja very much, so this is new for me. Shaft being a very, very capable player, again, moving along in losers bracket and beating some very good players. And Chet, as we saw, lost to Sandbar earlier on. But at the same time, I know, great tech. That is a hard move to tech. I know that Shaft knows this matchup because Shaft has played against my Samus a million times. Ultimate's certainly a different beast. And of course, Chet is a different player than myself, different play style. But we'll see how Shaft is able to adapt here. Unfortunately, the connection looks pretty nice too. Fan of that. Shaft trying to get really any last hit in. Looking for those up tilt setups. Up throw, not quite enough to take it. Ooh, okay. Trying to sneak back on stage with that up B from a distance. But that tether grab, the grapple beam grab from Samus is enough to reach. Charge shot putting Shaft back off stage. And now we kind of have a lap in percent here. Chet sitting pretty on a full stock ahead. Looking for that up B. Up B, I believe at this percent would definitely kill, especially with Rage. Wow! That was an excellent play from Shaft. Getting the I believe it's called Shadow Sneak. I'm trying to remember the actual name of the move, but getting that side B and doing an excellent edge guard. However, down a stock, that high percent is going to pay. It's going to... What the hell am I trying to say? He's going to pay for that high percent with losing the stock. Ooh, that was nice. If Samus didn't have such a versatile recovery, that would probably have killed a lot of different characters. And being a bit heavier. If that was a lighter and less versatile recovery character, that might have been a stock. But Samus is a big girl. She's a big old lady. We'll see if Shaft can do any more to adapt here. And again, also we are back to best of 3 for this round. Oof. Kind of a funky spot in that back air. one character that I know Shaft very well for is his Bowser. And it's good. Let me just say, it's good. So we'll see what Shaft can do with the Bowser pick instead of Greninja. Maybe opting for, I've played Doeboy a lot as this character. This is how I understand the matchup, which is very real. Even if the matchup is on paper worse, comfort is such a huge variable. And this might be a piece of what Shaft's going for. Look at that deep offstage fair. Wow! Oh, that almost actually killed Chet. That was almost a very well executed gimp. Interesting patience from Chet there. Smart patience, but sort of not quite getting a positive follow-up. Wow, parrying the first hit of the Zair and getting the F-tilt. Whoa! That was a backer. That was a backer. Great forward air from Chet, tying things back up, but holy guacamole, that was a backer. Bowser's Bear, one of maybe even the strongest in the game. I don't know the exact damage and knockback values on it, but it's definitely not one of the weakest. Kind of tying things up here. Shaft looking for a start of something. Same with Chet, trying to get some space. A lot of damage is going to come out from this Bowser Fire. That was about, what, 30% or so? Ooh! Great tech from Chet. Almost had the stage spike. Good awareness from Shaft to go for that. But even better awareness from Chet to get that tech. Ooh, dropping shield a little too early. I'm so entranced by this game right now. Shaft up being right into that charge shot. Trying to read an option from Chet. Chet getting the up tilt. Shaft down to stock, but we're talking Bowser here. This is by all means kill percent for Bowser. Ooh, wow! Almost getting the stage spike, or as we say back home, the loopy grand. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do. Again, another strong, beefy, meaty, delicious back air. Evening things out. These tier 3s flexing. Wow, trying to get... That was a really well spaced and frankly generally well timed F smash, but Chet just not quite getting the timing of the iframes on the tech. Shaft struggling now. Getting some great damage in here. That was another, what, 40%? Something you really got to be careful of playing against Bowser. It's a lot of damage. MJ, welcome. We're about 2/3 of the way through of the first Doughboy's Bizarre tournament. Shaft looking to land. Getting hit by the sweet spot of Bear! Let's see if we can get some copy pastas in chat. Something for Gig, like spam this fig to root for Gig. Or place this bet to root for Chet. I don't know. Some stuff like that is my favorite shit when I watch tournaments. I would love to see some of that stuff. If you guys can think of some creative ones to root for your favorite player here. Just make sure I got the scores on the right side. I do. Look at me go. Let's go, Chet. You make me wet. Shaft. So try to. Is there a wet emote? Or there something that rhymes with Chet and make it an emote, like spam this cat to stretch, but spam this cat to root for Chet, things like that, or like spam this. I don't know. You know what? It's wet now. We're just going with wet. It's happened. I'm gonna commentate the game now because that's my job. That's what they're paying me to do. These organizers are giving me some premium big bucks. If I'm lucky, I'll get dinner. That's my big bucks I'm getting tonight. Let's go, Gig. Your dong's so big. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We got ourselves an even-ass game. Gig rolling into the back hit of that charge shot. Gotta watch out for that weird-ass hitbox, but it's there. You're essentially getting hit by the back of the charge shot. The very, very back of it. So it doesn't look normal, but you are technically getting hit by the charge shot. It's almost like the knockback should be the other direction. That would be an interesting mix-up, but that's not how it works. Chet down a stock. Gig looking to get some percent in here. Very low shield on Chet. We could see a shield break. I don't know if Falcon could really do anything to take a stock off of a broken shield this low percent, but who knows. Looking like it probably won't happen. Going for the Falcon kick. Wow. Dash attack off that. Gig at 195%. Still looking to try to take a stock here. Wow, it looks like, I think if Chet had gone for a nair that would have connected, but maybe started to fade backwards and misinputted the back air. Finally, the F smash coming through. Very much killing Gig. No chance for DI or anything on that percent. Parrying that knee from under the platform. Gig gonna get in some damage here, or not. Or not. Not quite able to get that follow-up. Chet. Get ready with that air dodge. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Mmm. Delicious, well done. Great mixology coming out from Doeboy here. Chet. You saw Chet charge that down smash, trying to catch Gig coming down from the platform, but Gig a little too patient for that. Gig is one of the few Falcon players that actually has patience. It's pretty potent when you see it. Most Falcon players, including myself when I play Falcon, kind of just want to hold the W key and continue to move forward, continue to push and aggress, but Gig can pump the brakes when he needs to. Speaking of pumping, Gig pumping his fist into Chet's body with that back air off of the stomp combo. Pretty sure it was a stomp. Half forgetting already. Dash attack coming out. And the up tilt. We have ourselves a nearly even game. Chet with some fancy pants movement. Missile to the dome. The dome missile. It's a rare breed, but they happen. They're there. They're out there. Gig looking to keep Chet in the air. Not quite able to get a follow-up. Getting that grab. Oh! The Gig and the big donger. Don't worry. What you missed was GigaBite walk forward a little bit and then short hop and get hit by his air. Enjoy the emotes, Croc. Enjoy the sounds, which, again, please don't spam the sounds at the moment. But yeah, restart. What I need to do, which I actually can do, I'll miss a few moments of this game, but I need a button on my stream deck to push that overlay. I think what I'll do here is change this button. Bang. That should work now. I'll have to edit that tomorrow. Okay. Zestorino, what you got for me? I evidently did miss a nutty kill. Sorry about that. That's what's tough, man. I'm commentating, I'm running the tournament, and I'm running the stream. This is why the most professional events have multiple people. And that's why there's usually a lot of problems with Smash tournaments. If you've ever experienced that, is because this is not designed for multiple people. There's simply just a lot going on. I'll have to, if you guys can get a clip of that, I'll have to rewatch that later. So I would say that on some level, this is a bit of a classic Doughboy's community versus Marson's community. two of our better players from each side. And to be clear, to me, the way that I perceive it is that at the end of the day, it's one community. But we really appreciate having Marcin's gang here. And they're putting in some work. It's very exciting to watch, obviously. Oh my god, Nair 2? Ooh! Chet not quite able to make it back. Doing a little bit of a last resort damage to Gig on the way back up, but... Wow, look at that movement. And I really... Oh no, Chet going too hard on the fast fall, trying to get an edge guard, but... Gig is gonna... as they say in the biz... Gig will receive that, I believe is what they say. Ooh, I thought Gig was eating a spike there. A dough spike, if you will. Gig looking to just try to probably get a little more damage to stock. Getting the second hit of the up smash. And with a decent amount of charge on it as well. Eating a bit of extra damage. Gig trying to get this edge guard. Chet going, no thank you. I have an up air for you. Nair coming out, not quite killing. No kidding. But excellent choice to use the forward air, keeping those hitboxes out and active, catching GigaBite in it, getting the stock, and able to make the comeback. That might have been what the intent was with that previous stock when Chet had the SD. Oh, I thought we were going to see patience into the charge shot. That was my brain going. Oh no! Oh no! Gig teching the invisible hit. I have a button for it now, so it's easier. Let's go buttons. Can we get a shout out for buttons in the chat? Also, if someone can shout out Doeboy's drink, that would be appreciated. We're on Battlefield now with what sounds like some Persona music that might be fueling Gig. Gig is a there we go. Thank you, Zesty and MJ and Crocodile helping out there. Gig off to a bit of a rougher start. Nothing too extreme here, but opting to bring it to Battlefield, going, hey, I like platforms because I like to up air combo my opponents into pure devastation and pain. Good choice to spot dodge, otherwise would have been caught by that up B. Those crowns. Neve believes in the Gig. Oh no, we got a little bit of lag here. Again, I know for sure that at least Gig has a lane adapter. I'm pretty confident that Chet does. If the lag really recurs, we will potentially revisit the game, keeping in mind the percents. But so far, it's not great, but acceptable. Thank you, Nintendo, for something, but not quite everything. Ooh, Gig catching the tail end of that Falcon kick, and the weak hit of that knee. Gig looking for the edge guard, not quite able to get it. Don't forget to get him wet, Chet. Dang. All right, Chet getting the first stock here. And a lot of movement coming out from Chet. Got to be careful. Falcon is a tricky beast. He has some of the fastest speed in the game. Frame 3 jab, which will clank with Samus's fastest options, as well as just extremely good run speed. A lot of which, essentially with that run speed, there's a lot of burst options coming out, as we kind of saw there. Gig, not quite the down tilt was a burst, but just kind of that setup in general, that pressure is very burst. What's up, Buddha? We are on losers quarters of the very first Doughboys Bazaar tournament. We're here in game 3 out of potentially 5, first to 3. with Chet with about a 50% lead. Oh, Chet getting the second hit of the Nair, but Gig well prepared for it. Excellent tech coming out from Gig. That's some high-speed shit. I'm sorry, but that's some high-speed shit. Excellent stuff for Gig for that tech. Oh, the very reaches of the toe. The very reaches. Chet getting the tippiest tipper of that up tilt. The toesiest of the toes. And Chet looking to try to maintain the lead, but Gig doing some excellent classic Falcon combos. Gig. Dude, I'm actually so fucking excited. Oh my god, I'm so pumped for this set. Oh man. Both players are on. They pushed the Nox button. What is it? I'm buzzed, dude. I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. The NOS button. This is Fast and Furious in the form of Smash Ultimate right now. Both players. One is literally a race car driver in the future, and the other one is a future bounty hunter. Come on, this is hype. This is hype. There's some lore here. There's some lore we don't know about yet. Gig missing that up B. Kind of looking a little desperate. I feel like Gig doesn't quite know how to handle this coming from a deficit. I think that was a Nair. It was actually hard to tell. It looked like either a back air starting. Back to Battlefield. And this was really Gig's pick here. So Gig is believing in Battlefield for possibly for moments like that. We saw that up air, up air, up air. And there's potentially further moments off of platforms that Falcon is really able to combo with. Are you guys having a good time? Let me see some dough hypes in chat if you're having a good time. Falcon punch or it ain't a win. Alright, Shuffle. That would be bananas. Capital H there, Shaft. And we actually had a few new subs today. Very much appreciate it. We had a few new subs today. Those are the emails that you guys have access to. That first list of the tier 1 there. So Shaft, you can lowercase d but capital H. Lowercase on the first 3 characters, then the first letter is capital. The rest are lowercase. Kind of camel casing in the center. I believe in you, Shaft. I think you can do it. There it is. Perfect. Make sure you put the spaces between it. Alright, we have ourselves an insane fucking first stock. Shaft getting it with the down tilt. But Gig really almost anything will kill. Shaft coming up with that rising charge shot from the ledge. Connecting that up B, and wow, it just barely takes the stock. Really need that high percent. Even on the high ceiling of Battlefield, it's still enough to kill. We have ourselves, again, a very tight game. Gig essentially tied with Chet right now. About to get comboed here. Wow, great patience. Going for the down air, opting to wait for what would have been probably an air dodge, and was the air dodge. Homing missile to follow up from that tech chase. Gig potentially getting some momentum here. See how he handles this edge guard. Trying to get that side B. Spot dodges. Spot dodges. But gets hit by the up B. Gig looking to break his way through. Getting that jab. Oh! Excellent choice. Doing the B reverse on the recovery. Chet not able to make it back. Gig up a stock. Gig is up a stock. Anything could kill here at this type of percent. A strong nair to the face. A back air. But Gig is going to look to potentially not lose his stock at all. Gig has different plans than what Chet has. Hanging in from the up B. Not quite going to kill yet. If Gig can hang on to this patience that we know him for in this channel, that Falcon patience, that rare breed, he may yet be able to take a win and bring it to game 5. But Chet feeling comfy, feeling comfortable. It's a nice lead. Might just be able to take this win and prevent a game 5 from happening altogether. Forward throw, getting Chet off stage, looking for an edge guard, looking for a knee. There's the nair. There's the nair. Chet down 52%. Not a ton, but that's something. There's a 25 though. Tying it halfway back up. That's an expression. Deal with it. Gig getting some percent in here, going for the knee, but great TI from Chet, knowing to get the hell out of there. We got some goddamn action here, guys. This is some high-speed gameplay. It's making me want to play so damn bad. That's the magic of tournaments, guys. It really just brings you into the game. It makes you go, wow. It makes you want to play. Gig at 69%. Some might say the magic percent of Captain Falcon, especially. Now at 81. Chet at 120. Gig looking for potentially what could be the last hit. But the sweet spot, brr! Winners finals. The worst placing that one of these players can get is 3rd place. But if you win, you have a much higher chance of getting yourself the 1st place win. So that's what these players are really competing for here. Price off to a great start. This is a tough matchup for Dr. Mario. Definitely some good tools to handle a Samus. And actually, I don't know if I've seen this before. Price opting for not only a well, I guess it's not really a skin switch, but Price, from my experience, has been a Dark Samus player. But here we're seeing Samus. There are some differences. They generally play the same. They're generally pretty smooth switch between the two, but there is a difference. There is a difference. So I'm curious to ask Price after this if there was a reason for that, or if he's just feeling it. But unfortunately for Price, not totally feeling it here. Down a stock and almost about to be lapped. The Price is right when you woot. Why is it woot? Wouldn't it be root? And yes, Gig, thank you for that. Doc doing real well here. Oh, not quite getting the reverse. The turnaround or the reverse in that punish. And up smash coming out, cranking through Price's precious body. You guys are, let me help you out here, okay? I'm typing out a storm here. Okay. I don't know if this will work. And Price going, yeah, I'm not playing on that fucking stage anymore. We're going to Smashville, mother heifer. You big heifer cow, man. PhD, more like PHPP. Got him. Oh my god. That was a Dr. Mario thing. That was a thing that Dr. Mario does and kills Samus at 76% in a true combination. Ouchie wouchie, as someone has once said. Aegis, that's probably a good idea. Ooh! The flippity floppity getting the cape. Price down so much here. I thought, when did Price lose their stock? All I did was set the score and something happened. Jesus. I thought we were going to see a forward air that might have been able to capture it. Price is mega down here. Price is down, but we've seen what Price can do. You guys know. See if Price can settle things. Settle it and smash, as they say. And get that pacing back. Right, Doc has a lot of generally slower options. Especially compared to his counterpart, non-PhD Mario. But that's where you simply can't you can't underestimate Dr. Mario. So a lot of the traditional sort of lower tier characters in Ultimate, if you underestimate them, you're in for a bad time. Wow, look at that cape. Price still hanging in there. But that's what we're really seeing here. I mean, we saw, I believe it was Sandbar. I might be misremembering. But we saw someone really... Oh, it was GigaBite. It was GigaBite that nearly beat Underdog to begin with. And would have changed the entirety of the bracket. It's interesting how these things happen and really change the results. Just one set totally changes the bracket. And if I know one thing about Gig, he is gonna prepare to beat Underdog next week. He's not gonna let that slide. Excellent back air setup. Price is certainly down here. But Zaire to charge shot, to grab, to back throw into all of this juicy goodness. Forward air, very good choice. Oh, wow. The cape put too much lag onto Doc and essentially caused what is effectively an SD. With that, nice. Waves! Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Guys, can we get a shout out for Waves? One of the best Samus players in the biz. Objectively. Waves, no worries, buddy. There's always Doeboy's Bizarre Tournament number 2. They're going to be every Wednesday, at least for the moment. This isn't a one-time deal. This is a weekly. You miss the first weekly, you come to the second weekly. You miss the second weekly, you come to the third weekly. Now, the first one's probably the shittiest one. The first one is Working Out the Kinks tournament. Although, that being said, there's been some... Oh, I love when Samus players do that. I can't do it, but I'm very excited about when that happens. And tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your mom's friends, tell your dad's friend, tell your dad's mom's friend, tell your boyfriend's mom. Tell your mom's boyfriend and your mom's husband, which is your dad. Probably. I don't know. How would I know who your parents are? I have no damn idea. But what I do know is tell everyone you know and ever met. Look at that setup. No. I'm bringing it back. The classic Samus down throw to Nair. Some juicy damage. Getting the dash attack punish. Ooh, okay. I think if Price had waited a little bit longer there, that would have been a very nice punish and potentially a whole sweat up. It has been hot lately, so definitely a sweat up. But look at this. This is so interesting. What's interesting about Doc is while neither character really here has excellent frame data. There's certainly some moves that are solid frame data, especially that Nair that we just saw. The damage on these moves is partially what compensates. And we've seen that Price has done a lot of different hits here. But then again, we have Doc with the lead because of the damage that these hits do. I mean, look at that jab combo. I think it did like above 10%, just a 1-2-3. That's pretty good for a jab, honestly. Oh no. Price. Bit of an SD there. I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe down a jump and didn't quite get the uppy out. It's definitely not over though. It's definitely not over. We know what Price can do. Doc is not the oh, I feel like an up throw would have killed there. My own personal opinion. I don't know the exact weight of Doc, but Doc is not that heavy, right? He's a little bit thicker than Mario, but he's not super heavy. It's not looking good for Price though. Underdoc is doing a great job hanging in there. Wow. And we've seen this before, haven't we? Haven't we? Chet off to a nice start. Rhyming Price with Price, weird champ. It does technically rhyme. Can't argue with that. Oh, not quite enough to kill though. Wow. Sandbar getting those sandbar combos we've come to know and love him for. Nice back air from Chet, but even better tech from Sandbar. Oh, come on, Zik. Hit him with the big roar. How about spam this car to root for Sandbar? Come on, that's right there. Car. It's literally right there. Do I have to do the work for everybody? Pomp, I don't know what you mean. Oh no! Sandbar! I know exactly what happened with Sandbar. He tried to jump and Zair. But either through input delay from playing online, or simply just not having a jump, that shit didn't happen. Putting Sandbar back into a position to attempt to gain the lead, but look at this, Sandbar down about 50%. Chet with the lead. Chet going, I'm not losing this shit again. Well, the names are on the screen, so hopefully that's clear for you. Chet playing this one generally pretty safe, still throwing out some aggressive options, but Chet going, you know what, man? They say Samus wins this matchup, and I'm gonna make sure that happens. We see Chet really going, I got the moves. I know how to do this. But I ain't going near. Neve, you're just rooting for the crocodile because you're from Australia. You're rooting for the home team here. Nice patience from Chet. Really hanging on to that tether and not opting to slide up too early. Waiting for an option from Sandbar, because if you choose to go up too early, well, you might be getting hit by something. So patience is what allowed that situation to go in favor of Chet. Forward air not quite enough to kill. Chet trying to get that crown toss below, but it's a risky choice. You risk giving up crown. I personally don't throw crown off stage because the power of being able to keep crown from your opponent is just so it's really it's a privilege, and you really want to maintain that. That's my perspective anyway from my matches against Marcin. Chat looking for that grab, the up air from nearly ground level, but almost full rage and at 200% on Sandbar. I guess that will do it. Can we get some claps in chat? Can we get some claps in chat? That was a clapping. An official clapping. Chat, hang on to that crown. Going, yeah. I know what you want, K. Rool, but you're not getting it. And that's this damn crown, but maybe not quite. Giving it to him anyway. Up smash. Oh, you hate to see it. The the bad programming on up smash, not quite going through. I don't think that would have killed Sandbar, especially being as heavy as K. Rool is, but definitely a little extra damage would have been nice. Big back air. Wow, I was just about to say, oh my god, it didn't kill on the main Doeboy YouTube channel. Let me know. Bars. All right, so Sandbar going, all right. You got the first game. I get it. Very nice. But that's not happening again. I'm taking you to town and city. Because K. Rool kills off the top real nice. Oh my god. A clapping of a lifetime. A clapping of a lifetime. Chet trying to go back and grab the crown, but it just barely made it off stage. Sandbar with a very nice lead after that forward tilt. Good patience from Sandbar, punishing the falling of Chet, kind of missing that aerial. Ooh! Nice charge shot coming out, getting some damage in. Sandbar's still hanging on to the stock though. And given the history, there's a good chance he'll be hanging on to the stock for a while longer. But on the flip side of things, we've certainly seen Chet take some early stocks against K. Rool, especially with those back airs. Sandbar kind of looking for that opening, that classic K. Rool opening. There it is. Getting some pressure on getting Chet off stage. Trying to get the that counter there, looking for probably expecting a forward air. Oh my god, almost hitting that up air. And the dash attack, taking that second stock. Sandbar sitting pretty on a nice stock lead. 95%, but that ain't much for K. Rool. If Sandbar were to do himself justice and stay center stage to avoid those early kills, to avoid those hefty back airs, that might do it for him. Wow, excellent tech from Sandbar. Hanging in there, 143%. Still getting the tech. Next one might not be so lucky, may become untechable at this high of a percent, but low rage from Chet, so we'll see. Sandbar trading the forward air with that nair, getting that armor going, getting the Doeboy special, the bomb against Sandbar. Again, that is patented Doeboy technology. No one think twice about that. That is an unfortunate beast of the way that K. Rool recovers. Does have that active hitbox, but simply cannot trade with the bomb very well. Evolves into glass bar. Oh my god. Ooh! I'm actually gonna get up for 1 second, guys. I just need to grab some food because I am fucking hungry. I'm gonna leave you guys with the beginning of Game 3. Chat versus Sandbar and Loser semifinals. Again, if you're curious about the entirety of the bracket, just type !bracket in the chat. That will give you your bracket link. Doeboy has returned boy. Got my Din Din. It's a hungry gamer. Arguably the hungriest gamer that's ever been around. Thinking I have a channel for the VODs and one for the highlights and clips. I think they would probably stay on the same channel, but I see what you're saying. There's this. Something to definitely assess soon. Okay, I'm just eating a bite of rice here, but I'm seeing that Chet is on his last legs trying to get this stock against Sandbar. But Sandbar is just too big of a crock. Too big of a crock. Ooh, oh, nice tech. That's a classic K-Rule setup and is very confusing to those who don't know the setup. But Chet, having played in Marston's community for a long time, very much familiar with that setup, knowing to be prepared for the tech. Double forward air. Ooh, big counter. If that hit was a little stronger, that would have been it for Chet. Chet's got a lot of work to do. Barely hanging in there. The back hit of the crown is going to connect. It does. Nice from Sandbar. Getting a kind of an optimal choice of choosing to do a down air, which may have ended the game. Also putting on pressure, but also getting the crown back by sticking his head up above the platform. No way. Oh, I had the percents mixed up. There we go. Again, this is a best of 5. And last time that these two players did a best of 5, it went to game 5. And we saw some extremely good play come out from both players. I'm taking a few more bites of my food here, scarfing things down. But Price showing some dominance at the beginning of this game. Little too early to really tell how this game will go, but Sandbar not quite able to get in to do his usual things. Until now. Neve, if you're looking to play, you know where to go. Not quite getting the tip of that up smash. See if he gets something this time. Goes for another down tilt. Doing a kind of a double berry. Don't know who to simp. That's a difficult decision. That's a difficult decision, but I leave that to you. The hardest choices in life are generally about who to simp and who not to simp. I believe that was the question at one point in time. Sandbar getting the first stock, but Price bringing it right back. Two stocks to two stocks, dead even. No, I think if I were to play Mujora, it would be a little too chaotic. You know I will, Zessie. Good luck drawing. Okay, Sandbar going for the suck and pluck. But Price staying a little lower. Not quite getting in. And look at this. Look at this dominance. I didn't really register this until right now because I've been eating, but that was nearly a 0 to death on that whole second stock from Sandbar. Notice how Sandbar used the crown there. Throwing it in the opposite direction, then jumping above it and throwing out a hitbox to put a hitbox below and obviously on his own body. Almost like a hitbox extension of sorts. Nice down air to bear. Getting the sweet spot, a lot of damage, a lot of knockback, but from the opposite side of the stage, not quite going to kill. Okay, missing the counter. Sandbar going, I'm gonna counter this thing, but the thing was not quite there yet. Price getting in some nice combos here, getting in some damage, but Sandbar staying out, playing it safe. Ooh! Ooh! Game number 2 of Losers Finals, Sandbar versus Price. Again, excuse me while I eat. This is my first meal today. I'm quite a hungry boy. This is why at tournaments there are multiple commentators, so people can take breaks to eat or breathe. And not for dough. Neve, I appreciate your your simp loyalty. Ronaldo, you didn't know that? I eat 1 meal a day. I've been doing that for years. Mama Doe knows all about it. I'll occasionally have a double, but generally it's a single. Ooh, Sandbar going for the suck and pluck. Ooh, big tilting gamers. Sandbar with the forward tilt, taking that first stock. Oh my god. Charge shot coming out and then loading directly into poor K. Rool's chest. That wouldn't be the first time we talked about unloading to someone's chest on this stream. And it certainly won't be the last. Turnaround on that F smash was a very good awareness. Or maybe rather it was good reaction. Hard to tell sometimes. But in the heat of the moment, you don't know if the person was reading and expecting an option, or that they simply just reacted really fast to things. Another berry into F-tilt. Sandbar looking good to take game 2 here. Still a lot of work to do. But that being said, we got a big thick rock. Who knows where this is going? Gonna lose that charge. Interesting that Price chooses to just simply get rid of the crown. Get it out of the picture. I don't want to hear. It's not a bad choice, but I do think there is an optimal way to use the crown that Price has not tapped into. Nice grab. Price at 666% here. Pretty metal. Can we get some horns in chat? Very nice connection on that up air. Price going for those the up smash setup again. But actually pretty clever this time, choosing to go off stage, kind of giving Sandbar a sense of peace of, hey, I can get back on stage. But not when the character you're playing against is a fully charged charge shot ready to whip at you. There is a chance that Price could make this comeback. But not when K. Rool has the back throw off of Pummel. We got 2 green boys. They say the grass is greener on the other side, but I don't know which side I don't know which side is the other side. Sandbar's saying I'm the greener boy. I'm the other side. K. Rool not gonna quite die to that. Even on Town and City, K. Rool is just too beefy. Oh, thank you, Ryan. When the players switch sides, it almost always messes it up. And again, thank you for your patience as I chomp and chomp away. Also, it looks like last game, Pain followed. Thank you for the follow, Pain. How's it going? Pain from Bunny's community. During the games, we have notifications off just to prioritize the games and these players doing their thing. Sandbar doing a good job of, you know, as we put it earlier, sort of the vortex of pain here. Probably struggling to get out of it. Trying to go for the Doeboy special there. The bomb into down air. Sandbar utilizing that armor. Not quite able to get a punish to that. Probably would have been an up smash. Oh, that might be it. That is it. I don't think Price... Oh my god. Wow. Going high a little bit this time. Sandbar not quite ready for the different option. And smart from Price to go high and not just simply repeat that for a 4th time. Not left with a lot of options by any means. It's a very difficult situation to be in. You don't really have a lot of play with what you can do, but Price making the most out of that situation as he could. Thank you, guys. The K. Rool is the bizarre one, perhaps. Perhaps so. I mean, if you look at the top 3 of this tournament, we have a Doc, we have a K. Rool, and we have a Dark Samus. A bizarre tournament indeed. Going for the up smash. Not connecting with it, but good lord. Holy guacamole. And I saw it looks like you might be tuckering out for the night. No worries. Thank you so much for being here in general. As we move into our grand final set, sponsored by Shuffle. Grand finals of Doeboy's Bizarre Tournament #1, sponsored by Pal Shuffle. The Handyman is all set up to enter next week. We're going to have some more K rules in here. K rules from the dark side of town. New phone potentially incoming. Speaking of incoming, Sandbar. Incoming stock taken from Underdog. That is the first stock of Grand Finals. This is... We're off. We're off in this Grand Finals. We're getting going. A croc that is bizarre. His name is Sandbar. You could also say a doc that is bizarre here. But Sandbar doesn't quite fit the bill. We have ourselves a very close game. Sandbar had a lot of momentum in the beginning, but that's part of what makes Doc special is, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't have all the setups you do. Maybe I don't have everything, but you know what I can do is kick your fucking ass at like 80%. Vinaldo wants to see the dock happen. And again, I'm sorry guys, I'm munching through a lot here. I'm so hungry. Sandbar down a full stock. Definitely has some work to do. And to be clear too, this is Grand Finals, but Sandbar is in the loser side. So Sandbar has to beat Underdog 2 times in a best of 5. Sandbar has a huge hill to climb. Not impossible. We've seen what Sandbar can do. We've absolutely seen what Sandbar can do. But at the same time, we've seen Underdog perform very well. Gig certainly giving Underdog a run for his money earlier on in the bracket. As well as Price. Oh, not quite able to get the tech. Game 1. Pomp, you can check the overlay for where in bracket the tournament is at any time. Wow, okay. Both players kind of just pushing back and forth. Ooh, not quite able to get the down smash. That probably would have killed, especially at the legend. Someone as, you know, not super light, but as light as Doc. I've seen that down smash do dirty work. Do some dirty deeds, and they were done dirt cheap. Arguably dirt cheap. Probably not. Doc suffers quite a bit. But nice job on that tornado. Sandbar trying to sneak his way in. Benaldo getting a gift sub. Thank you, Zikatik. Benaldo, enjoy those emotes. And you're welcome to play with us anytime in sub lobbies. Look at this kind of this was pretty solid neutral play, honestly. You know when neither player gets hit for some time, you know that both players are playing patiently and they're either simply mashing buttons poorly, or more likely they're playing things patiently and taking their time. Nice job on the tornado again. Sandbar in a tough position, getting that clap through. Getting that clap, but look at Sandbar, 112%. Up smash won't quite take it, but certainly sent the man flying. not quite taking that either. Sandbar in a pickle. Sandbar looking like a huge pickle right now. Big and green. Let's see if Sandbar can really needs to try to get an earlier kill. Can't wait for a high percent or it's just not going to work out. Underdog getting in some nice damage in here. A lot of good aerial combos. Those up airs and then with nice patience leading into nairs, but look at that. You could tell, I could tell, and I'm certain that even Sandbar knew earlier than I did that cannonball was going to connect. Deep off stage, that cannonball was going to connect, and Sandbar knew it, and not too long after, I think I knew it too. Sandbar going to have to stay out here. Oh no, for Sandbar. The switch to Noodle Girl. Sandbar going, all right, you know what? This matchup just isn't going to cut it for me. This is interesting. For those who know Marcin too, Marcin also picking up Min Min lately as a K-Real main himself. And it seems to be complementing the weaker matchups that K-Real has. So far, we're certainly seeing that Underdog is getting some great damage in, but we'll see if Sandbar can make something different happen here. Wow. I don't know if anyone expected that up smash to hit. I don't even know where on Min Min that connected. That did not seem like it actually... Yeah, Pomp also confused here. I don't know. We might need a replay on that one. We might need a clip. Thank you, Zesty. Back throw won't kill just yet. Sandbar looking to get the laser, but gets the megawatt punch. Bringing things a little bit further back here. Getting some good damage in with these combos. Ooh, okay, we could see a Gimp. We could see... Oh my god. Oh my god. I think the Doc's jump was just barely taken. That's all it takes. That's all. That might be a dead Doc. Not quite. Good choice to save the air dodge. That fully horizontal air dodge. Up smash, not quite taking it. Nice recovery from Sandbar. Up smash gonna definitely take it there. Sandbar working in this extra damage here. Oh my god! Alright, bringing things to FD here. Arguably... It's hard to say where the advantage really lies in this stage. Maybe not getting kills so early. You know, off the top. With especially with town and city platforms, but MJ, thank you so much for hanging out. Have an awesome night. It was great to have you here as always. Sandbar just hanging on. Ooh, just missing that up smash. Tornado coming out though. Very, very strong move. Sandbar are going to have to try to get some more space. Look at this. You can very clearly see the weakness of Min Min coming through. If Sandbar throws out some moves and there isn't proper spacing and they miss, Sandbar's getting a big punish from Underdog. And we already know how strong Underdog can punish. Using that up smash to reflect the pill. Kind of a funny thing. It's pretty trivial in the grand scheme of things, but you know, damage is damage. Reverse pressure is reverse pressure. Oh wow, look at that. Sandbar kind of actually had the read, but just did it like so much earlier than he needed to. Sandbar looking for these big reads. I don't know if that's the play. Wow. The aerial F smash getting the laser hit from the dragon. Oh my goodness. Sandbar potentially going to be able to get a kill here. Does off of the up throw, but down a full stock. Maybe the FD switch was the good play here. Sandbar not really able to get the same safety from spacing that he was able to last game. The strength that Min Min has is essentially being a melee ranged character and not really able to get the same things going. That being said, great adaptation from Underdog, honestly, because if you look at this, you know, these are two very different characters. Dr. Mario, the one and only Underdog, has taken the W on the very first Doughboys Bazaar tournament.